Ellen's trying to make a comeback with her new stand-up special, although its reviews have mostly been terrible. She spends most of the special
Also, it's by a guy named SunnyV2.
responding to her being kicked out of showbiz, which began when someone posted just one single tweet. Right now, we all need a little kindness. You know, like Ellen DeGeneres always talks about. She's also notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean. The tweet posted in March 2020 received bad enough replies to begin Ellen's downfall.
So, there's a story I've heard that this is what I've heard. This woman, I don't know if it's on video, but this woman simply walked past Ellen, said hi to her, and then the next hour, probably not even that, she got fired because she was just saying hi. What? Was that a joke? Apparently it was not a joke, and she really got fired.
I worked at Real Food Daily, served her and Portia a brunch. She wrote a letter to the owner and complained about my chipped nail polish, not that it was on her plate, but just that it was on my hand. I worked till closing the night before, and this was the next morn. Almost got me fired. The nail polish story was so unbelievable, the person who wrote it went on Inside Edition.
This former waitress claims she was threatened with a 2-week suspension after Ellen DeGeneres complained about, of all things, her chipped fingernail polish.
What? There has to be more context to that, right?
I remember just being like, really?
But the stories shared back on Twitter were only getting worse.
What? Wait, that's it? That's all we get? There's nothing else? Do we not get any more context? Maybe... Let me just be open-minded and say that maybe she was being... I don't know, had like a mean face and wanted to pull something out. I don't know. That just seems really bizarre.
I once worked at Warner Brothers. One day I was in the elevator and Ellen and her entourage came in. Naturally, I held it for her and asked her what floor she was getting on. Her assistant answered 3rd floor. 30 minutes later, I got a call from my boss saying I was fired because I was harassing her. An old friend worked on her a lot.
Wait, harassing her for being nice? For being a human being? Wait, is this... This all can't be true, right? Like Ellen can't be this unhinged just for very, very minor and petty stuff, right?
And smiled and said good afternoon to her one day and she became unhinged. Who do you think you are? You don't look at me, yada yada. She said Portia was with her and seemed embarrassed and tried to calm her down. Has forever changed my opinion of her. The responses went on.
Oh, and she didn't get fired for it? Huh.
And on, all of which being compared to Ellen's classic catchphrase.
I always end each show by saying be kind to one another.
Audience member Dana DiMatteo.
Be kind to one another, even though you can't do the same.
Then went public with her degrading experience on the show.
They tell you, you know, you can't be smarter, funnier than Ellen. She's the comedian and the star, not...
She's a comedian? I thought she was just a talk show host.
You.
Don't be funnier than Ellen. That's gonna be hard considering she's not that funny to begin with. If you've been a comedian your whole life and you're afraid a random audience member will upstage you, maybe you're just not funny. Dana then revealed that Ellen's completely different when the cameras turn off.
How does the Ellen we see on TV compare to the Ellen you saw when the cameras stopped rolling?
Totally different. She would only speak to the audience when the cameras were rolling. As soon as they turned the cameras off, she would not even acknowledge the audience. She would just sit on the couch, basically.
Which was supported by Hedda Muscat, one of the show's former producers.
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is.
She agreed that things were different when the cameras weren't rolling.
We were told from the very beginning, don't talk to Ellen, don't do this, you can't, go into her office. It was very nerve-wracking, very stressful.
Okay, I know about the whole office thing. Well, I don't know, but I know the feeling of, yeah, no, don't go to my office. That's like a bunch of sensitive information there. You don't go in there. Unless it's an office that's public use, which is weird. I don't know.
We all walked on eggshells all the time.
And after the show's DJ also said the same, BuzzFeed launched their own investigation, interviewing a further 11 former employees. They were fired after taking medical leave or bereavement days to attend family funerals. One employee who claimed she was fed up with comments about her race essentially walked off the job. Others said they were also instructed by their direct managers to not speak to DeGeneres if they saw her around the office.
They can't take their medical leave or funeral stuff? That's why isn't this a bigger case? Is because Ellen is just popular? I'm surprised she didn't get sued because of all this employment stuff. Like that's literally in the handbook of you can't get fired for taking a medical leave or going to a funeral, because it's like it's it's literally in the employment stuff, handbook stuff. I forgot what the thing was called, but it's on there, and it shouldn't be right. Am I still talking out my ass right now? I'm probably am. I thought people were being really I didn't know she was actually like this. Okay, I make sense. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you for confirming. But yeah, I guess she is just a miserable human being. If this is allegedly the truth and not people trying to throw her under the bus.
After the accusations went viral, Ellen issued a statement within the company. Hey everybody, it's Ellen. On day one of our show, I told everyone in our first meeting that the Ellen DeGeneres show would be a place of happiness. No one would ever raise their voice, and everyone would be treated with respect. Obviously something changed, and I'm disappointed to learn that this has not been the case. And for that, I'm sorry. Anyone who knows me knows it's the opposite of what I believed and what I hoped for our show, yet Ellen's former producer certainly didn't buy it.
So when Ellen says she's not aware of this environment, you don't think that rings true?
It's a lie.
Ellen then took a 2-month break and began a brand new season by addressing the public.
As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
Did you go to therapy and did those? Or did you don't look at me.
Then make the promise.
And I'm committed.
Thank you for shutting your eyes. So you went on break. Did you get therapy for your actions? Talk to a therapist about, the hard life you have, about someone's chipped nail or someone just saying hi on your passing by, or some form of other pettiness. Because if not, then what is that break for? Was it just to be on a beach in your private home? Honestly, it could just be anything at this point.
To making this the best season that we have ever had.
Although the ratings said the opposite, because only 6 months later, the New York Times published Ellen DeGeneres loses 1 million viewers after apologies for toxic workplace. It explained that Ellen had been averaging 1.5 million viewers over the last 6 months, down from 2.6 million in the same period last year. The show's loss of more than 1 million viewers translates to a 43% decline, representing a steeper drop than any of its competitors. As a result, Ellen made the announcement,
I am announcing that next season, season 19, is going to be my last season.
Adding in The Hollywood Reporter, as great as
No, you're not gonna go up to 20 and have the finale. You're just gonna back out on the 19th. Okay.
this show is, and as fun as it is, it's just not a challenge anymore. I need something new to challenge me, with her being exposed also clearly having an impact. She'd state the expose destroyed me, honestly. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. And it makes me really sad that there's so much joy out there from negativity. It's a culture now where there are just mean people, and it's so foreign to me that people get joy out of that. These mean people responded stating, even without the controversy, the show hasn't been fun and genuine for years. It may have never been, but at least it seemed like it. But Ellen is tired of it all, and she's lousy at hiding it now. No more dancing by her, no monologue half the time, bad jokes that are dragged out way too long, tons of old show clips, tons of self-promotion, and a guest host every Friday. These elements led to an average final season, which Ellen concluded by crying with her audience. She then mentioned the possibility of returning to acting, but instead made a documentary titled Saving the Gorillas: Ellen's Next Adventure. It released in
What movies did she go to? Or she acted in?
2023, but with only 100 reviews on IMDb, and this likely being the first time you've heard of it, it's safe to say it performed pretty poorly.
Saving the Gorillas.
Ellen rather went back to living a quiet life until April 2024, when she'd make a new announcement. You may have heard that I'm doing stand-up again. If you want to come see me, I'll be sharing some news tomorrow at noon. As suggested, she'd announce a stand-up tour to be recorded and posted by Netflix, also adding, yes, I'm going to talk about it, referring to her being cancelled. Titled For Your Approval, the special begins with Ellen walking up a flight of stairs, each referencing a headline that ruined her reputation. She acknowledges the tweet that started her downfall, as well as the employees who spoke out against her, then begins the actual show with a joke about her fall from grace.
You know, I used to say that I didn't care what other people thought of me, and I realize now, looking back, I said that at the height of my popularity. I'm here because I love doing stand-up, I miss doing stand-up, and I like making people happy, and I do care what people think.
Now, this is a pretty
sure about
respectable
that?
angle, as it feels extremely honest. Yet it also seems like a sneaky request for pity, which as a high-profile celebrity you'll simply never get. She then talks about what she's been up to.
Alright, well let me catch up.
Oh no, I'm a millionaire who lost all their followers because I was being petty for no reason and being mean for, again, no reason. And I let the fame get the better of me. And I should definitely try to be a better person, which I'm going to assume she's probably not going to.
Catch up on what's been going on with me since you saw me last.
What was so funny?
Yeah, I got kicked out of show business.
Then make some pretty funny.
Huh? Oh, there's an ad. Alright, BRB. And I'm back. Whoops. That's not the right button. There we go. Right. Let's continue on.
Funny jokes about her new reputation.
Everybody heard that I was mean. Everywhere I go, I know everyone's heard that I'm mean. I know when I walk into a restaurant, people are watching, waiting to see if I'll be mean. Oh, look, she's reaching for butter. I thought she was going to hit somebody.
On the contrary,
Why? What's so funny? Is it funny because it's true, or is it funny because people are just paid to be laughing at jokes?
there are some pretty out-of-touch segments. For example, her joking about her car features, which you'd clearly only find in a luxury vehicle.
Then there's that one, that button that inflates the back of the seat. You know, the one that makes you feel like you're getting spooned by a pregnant woman.
She also makes this out-of-touch joke.
We're all interested in different things. We're all good at different things. I was talking to someone the other day, and they said, Ellen, I don't know how you get on stage in front of people. I could never do that. And I said, well, I don't know how you dry clean clothes.
But as an overall, the special isn't.
She's never been funny? Yeah. Apparently, I'm now discovering that she is a comedian. Now that's funny.
Terrible. Its audience rating of 5.4 stars feels fairly accurate, although as you might expect, simply because it's Ellen, the articles written about it have been pretty brutal. Ellen DeGeneres' unfunny Netflix special leaves so much unsaid. Ellen DeGeneres lets herself off the hook in self-indulgent Netflix special. Ellen DeGeneres is unapologetic, unrelatable, and totally insufferable in her new Netflix special. They'd write, the problem with For Your Approval, aside from the fact that it's almost never funny, is that it feels so disingenuous, so calculated to rehabilitate an image and preserve that triumph for prosperity. Another article stated it's one of the weirdest stand-up shows in recent memory. Half observational punchlines, half closing argument in a trial, featuring DeGeneres as her own defense attorney. Neither half works on its own. Taken as a whole, it's an exhausting mess. They'd also add self-awareness is different from taking responsibility. DeGeneres offers no apologies or even explanations for her behavior, yet in other more favorable reviews, unapologetic was used as a positive. I like the fact that she's rather unapologetic. It's highly refreshing and honest. This extreme divide can be seen by the audience reviews on Google.
Oh. Oh, you can definitely tell that whoever's getting paid. People who are getting paid are definitely the 5 stars.
There's almost an equal amount of 1 and 5-star ratings, a sad representation of the black and white thinking that plagues the internet so heavily today.
Oh. She's in the UK, we don't want her. She moved to the UK? Excuse me? What? Don't be. It's your problem now. She didn't find any fame over in the US, so she went to the UK. Oh, what? Oh, that is. My dude. Not even my dude. Come on, Ellen. You tried to set up a final season. That didn't work. Then you decide to do a whole comedian routine over being self-pity and whatnot. And again, that didn't work. Thanks, SunnyV2, for definitely showing this. Because let me tell you, yeah, no. Ellen, please, just be a human being and not a freaking demonic entity with power hungry issues. Come on, dude.